Etsy search engine optimization. What is it? How does it work? And most importantly, why do multi-six-figure Etsy sellers always seem to have their listings on the top pages of search results while you're stuck there on page 5 or below, getting hardly any clicks and very few sales on your listings? Well, in my personal journey of making over 200K on Etsy in the past 2 years, I've tried a lot of techniques and I've discovered what is actually proven to work when it comes to SEO. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what you need to do to get your listings to the top pages of Etsy search results, resulting in a lot more clicks and of course revenue for your Etsy shop. But to start with, I think we need to know exactly what SEO actually is and how it works on Etsy, because it's a little different to a lot of other selling platforms. And so I've used this analogy before, but I want you to start thinking of SEO as like a special pass to get into a club. And that special club would be, say, the first 3 or 4 pages on Etsy search results. Because without proper SEO, so without this pass, you'll never be allowed into the club, and no matter how good you make your listing, you're always gonna find yourself struggling and you're gonna be held back on pages, say, for example, 5+ of Etsy, okay? You're never gonna even be allowed to get into these top pages because nobody's gonna be searching and nobody's gonna be able to find your actual product. And so good SEO allows you into this club, say pages 3 and below on Etsy. However, then putting the time and effort into actually having a top quality listing with quality imagery and a quality product, this is what's then going to take you from just being in pages 1 to 3 to then moving up to being on pages 1 and maybe 2 and actually ranking super high in search results. So I guess what I'm saying is you need top quality SEO as a minimum, and then what's going to take you to that next level is going to be the quality of the listing. And look, I'm just saying page numbers here just to give you some reference, okay? But I just want you to know that's not an exact science. It's purely just an example. But anyway, now we know the purpose of SEO and roughly how it works. What are the actual factors that make up a good SEO scoring in our Etsy listings? And so essentially this is broken down to the following subcategories. So you've got your titles, your tags, your descriptions, the shipping price, the shop location, and of course the categories on your listing. And of course, the more relevant that all of this information is to what the customer is actually searching on Etsy, then of course, the higher up in Etsy searches your listing is going to be ranked. So for example, if a shopper types in something like blue Japanese ramen spoon, after going past the advertised listings, I can see here that my product is right at the top of searches. And essentially this is because the keywords that I've actually searched for match very closely to the same keywords that I've got in my product title and also my product tags. But then another reason why the product shows up so high is because I'm also offering free shipping and the product is being shipped from a country which is local to where I'm actually doing the searches from. And so that's kind of the basics, but I just want to put the point out here. I absolutely guarantee if, say for example, I started another shop tomorrow and I made the exact same listing with the exact same SEO and the exact same pictures, so everything all the exact same, but with a new shop, it would not reach as high on search results as what this listing does for the exact same search, okay? And the reason for this is because of what I just talked about earlier, is the listing quality, okay? The listing quality doesn't have the same level of social proof with Etsy to what this listing does with all of the reviews and all of the sales history, okay? So I just really want to hammer home the fact to you that SEO is kind of a minimum requirement to do well on Etsy, but then the main determining factor of how high up your listing actually ranks in searches is always going to fall down to your listing quality and sales history. But now I want to show you how to actually optimize your listing as best you possibly can to give you the best chances of showing up higher in the searches. So the key thing we need to do is of course match our keywords that we're using in our listing as close to what people are actually going to be searching for on Etsy, right? And the main mistake that I see a lot of people making is that they always write their keywords out from the perspective of a seller like us rather than a buyer. So you've really got to get into the mindset of thinking about what somebody shopping for your product is actually going to be typing in to the Etsy search bar, okay? So for example, not only is someone going to be typing into Etsy, you know, ramen spoon, but they might also type in something like spoon for eating ramen, or even something like soup spoon. So in all of my listings, I always try and think about what the customer's going to be thinking, and I try and think more from the perspective of somebody that's actually trying to find my products is going to be typing in. So this is a lot better approach than just describing the product in my keywords, which a lot of people tend to do. And now look, if you're still struggling massively with your SEO and you're feeling massively overwhelmed because it's a big bad world out there, then something I love to do is work directly with you guys to actually look at your shops in detail and work with you on a one-to-one basis, you know, because I just think this is such a better approach and it's so much more valuable to you rather than just doing like a course, for example, which is very, you know, generic and doesn't really apply that much to your specific circumstances. And you know, especially when it comes to SEO, this is one area that I focus heavily on during my Etsy shop reviews, you know, alongside pretty much everything else on your shop, right from the appearance to your analytics to your listings, and you know, just going full in depth into your shop and working directly with you to improve. And something else I've been doing a lot more recently is also working directly with you on a one-to-one coaching basis. So the people that I coach now is growing literally week by week. And again, I just think this is such a better approach, actually working one-on-one with you, helping you improve in your specific situation. So yeah, if you either want me to carry out a full review of your shop or you want to work directly with me, then just feel free to drop me a message on email or Instagram and I'll be more than happy to chat with you. But yeah, back to the SEO, and now I want to show you some quick tips to finding actual proven winning keywords that you can use on your listing. So look, of course we've got all of the research apps that we can be using, and I think we all know exactly how these work, okay? You literally think of a keyword in your head, type it into the research app, hit search, then you see how many people are searching for that keyword and what the competition is with other sellers on the platform. And this is going to give you a good competition to search ratio, which is very important. However, one thing with this approach is that it only works when you think of the keywords to use yourself, because it's more of a, you know, it's more of a thing that you use to check the quality of the keywords that you've already thought of, rather than actually experimenting and finding new keywords that we know are actually proven. So to find these proven keywords that don't just magically pop into our head, there is a few things that we can do. So first of all, I want you to head back over to Etsy and just want you to type in the search bar, just whatever item it is you're personally trying to sell. And then I want you to go over to this filters bit and I want you to select star seller. And then this is where the magic's gonna happen. I want you to go up to the address bar and I want you to replace the word star with the word best, okay? And then hit refresh. So do another search like this. And what this is going to do is it's just going to bring up all of the best selling listings on Etsy for the search term you've typed in. And now, because we know these are the most high demand listings on Etsy, of course, it would be pretty logical to assume that the SEO for these listings are pretty spot on and it's what people are searching for, right? So with this knowledge, I just want you to go into some of these listings, take a look at the keywords they use in their title, and I'd literally recommend you to look at 5 or 6 of these listings, take some of the keywords that are most applicable to your listing and start experiment with actually using them, because again, like I said, we know that they work. And then again, once you're on one of the bestseller listings, if you scroll down, you'll see a list of related searches that people are also going to be consistently searching for to find this item or very similar items. And so this is just going to give us, again, a load of great keyword ideas that we know people are searching for that we can then start to use in our tags and in our titles. And so now I just want to give you some extra bonus tips to massively improve your SEO, which I don't see a lot of other YouTubers mentioning at all, pretty much. And so I want you to start by paying a lot more attention to the filters tab on Etsy. And so these are all things that customers can specifically search for, and we can take advantage of all of them. So the first one, and it's one that I always say, it's a very popular tick box, and it's of course free shipping, okay? So this means even if you're charging charging $1 for shipping, if somebody clicks this tick box, they will not find your item, okay? So your SEO scoring, if somebody clicks this and you're charging for shipping, your SEO score is gonna be 0. So again, this is just another reason why I always recommend to do the free shipping if you can. And then of course, also, you'll see there's literally tick boxes for certain item categories, okay? So when you're completing your listings, don't be lazy with this, guys. Fill out as much applicable information that Etsy gives you the chance to fill out as you possibly can. This is gonna help you massively in search results. Like, honestly, there's just no negative to doing it at all. And look, if you're actually seriously serious about becoming a multi-six-figure seller on Etsy, then you know I'm gonna tell you it's very possible, but you just need to know all of the right things that actually work on the platform, okay? So look, if you want the best tips that I know are proven to work because I've shown that they work, then feel free to check out this video here. I think it's gonna massively help you on your Etsy journey. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching this one, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.